So coming to, talking about the future outlook as well, what will capability development look like in 2030? Will technologies like AI or VR or neuroscience-driven learning redefine the landscape?
May I start with this? Especially the KI thing, artificial intelligence thing, is something that can go as far that you have a communication partner in your hands who speaks very kind to you, who knows everything about you because you exchange ideas without fears, and this person always admires you and says, you're great in what you're doing, come on, let's take the next step. And your clothing today is wonderful. With your blue jacket, you look like the fresh sea or the blue skies. That is very helpful if you have a companion on your side who does this. And these people who have not only the 0 or 1 point, they have both of it at the same time. They can help you open your mind as well and think completely new things you couldn't imagine today. So it's not about language, it's not about skills, not about music, YouTube or whatever you listen to. It's much more. You get a confidence if you just embrace the artificial intelligence as part of your life. That can be one thing. The other thing is don't forget about the human kind around you, the family growth as well, family building, and to see that we all have the same needs like the gorillas and the apes have. We are part of a society where you need hugs, smiles, to get a feedback on what you are. That you're not only a wet wear, but much more. You have your hormone level and you have your well-being expectations, and you must feed yourself with the right food. But the inner perspective is the most important thing. What is your attitude towards all this? Does AI replace the human connection, the family, or the proudness for your country? I would not recommend this to you. It's an additional thing that will be integrated in all parts of our life. But you should be proud of what you are. You should love what you have around you. And the attitude is always, yes, I learn, but I'm still a human being. I'm not a machine. And that will be my conclusion.
Absolutely. So to the part where, from an Indian context, Anirban, what is the AI quotient? Where are we at that implementation in the capability or the learning and development perspective?
I think Hans, towards the end, he said a very important thing, that I am a human, I am not a machine.
Right.
And I think this is, as long as mankind or humankind is able to remember this, he or she is always going to produce technology, bring in innovation that ideally we should expect and make our lives better all over the world.
Right.
You asked that about the learning and development or capability development, how it's going to evolve.
Right.
I think after the Industrial Revolution and then the internet, the biggest change that the world is going to see is, I would not say that it's only because of AI. It's because of a lot of combination of factors that is currently coming together.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, the way we look at work itself, the way we work, what capabilities are required to do work,
Right.
is very important. And probably there has to be a bit of entrepreneur in every one of us now, so that we are able to kind of understand that why we do come to work at the end of the day. How can we add value and how can we make a difference? And when I say the word difference and add value, it's not only limited to the scope of business.
Mm-hmm.
We have to now become much more understanding of how technology can help us, how
Right.
the people around us can help us. If we are not able to leverage the people around us, if we are not able to leverage or understand technology, then that's a limitation. You may be very good at marketing, but ultimately if you have a issue on dealing with people, then how does it help you to kind of reach out to the market and talk to the customers or interact with them.
Got it.
Even if you are a very good technical guy, but like we see in India, they have got serious communication limitations.
Right.
So probably it is time for us to retrospect, and this is a moment of opportunity for everyone. And earlier you asked that, this different countries, India, China, or whatever, like, playing out. At the end of the day, what Hans has said is, and what I feel very strongly about is, how do we kind of confidently project what we have on our plate right now? Because the changes that are happening now will once again open a huge opportunity for you to grow up. I'll give you a very interesting example. We all know that when mobile was introduced in this country,
Right.
and the reason why it was introduced I'm talking about early 90s and mid, at that point of time, my dad had this big handset, and I had seen the landline phone from the beginning, from the time almost that I was born, but not many houses I used to see that landline phone. The moment the mobile cellular industry, as it was known at that point of time, came into India, within 10 years, the scope of communication completely transformed. So this is one of those moments that where AI will make things different. The change in the global supply chain management that is happening, a lot of businesses shifting or kind of rethinking on which part of the world they want to be, whether, and you mentioned about India being able to leverage. Philippines is already leveraging out of it. I have been recently to Thailand, and I saw that the kind of way Vietnam is kind of leveraging it. True. India can also do that, whether it's manufacturing and other services. But then we have to make our academics, the way we train our people in the business very different. And this is something that the capability development sector, I think it's going to become one of the biggest businesses, because the multitude of skills, whether it is technical, behavioral, functional, in multiple domains, and someone is required to integrate all this and put it into the business perspective. That's what the capability development people are going to do for all.
Sure. Thank you. Hans, a hypothetical question. What advice would you give to a founder of a 200-person startup in Bangalore who wants to expand into Europe in the next 3 years? What would your advice be to that person, to that founder?
Go to the country where you want to expand to and meet the people there and grow your own network, not only online, but from person to person. And there are some organizations that might be helpful, but you must see just at the place of where you want to go, what's going on there. So you have some stories in mind, you have some examples for the use of your product, and not only from a distance, the prejudice, the bias you have there. And it's always good to have partners who are there. That's what the Chinese people do, what the Americans do. They find local partners that help them. And they must, of course, convince and integrate them into your concept so that they can be successful as part from Indian culture, Indian products as well. So it's about personal connection. That's what I can recommend. It's not about only marketing, online activities, and fairground visiting, which is a very important thing as well. Go to the fairs, to the conventions, and show your products there. And then you will find people who might be suitable for you and who might go together with you. You can have a coffee there. I was just in Cologne for the HR business, the Europe, and there were so many interesting connections there. And you must be a very open-minded person. Perhaps you have two people there walking around, and just let the contact process grow while you do this. That is my first recommendation. Go there to the place where you want to expand.
Great. Excellent. Thank you for giving your perspective there. If I had to reverse the question for you, Anvita, what would you advise to that person?
Yes, I feel that, and this is what I have experienced, there is no alternative to building a human network. That is number one. That lot many times the tendency is to be too dependent on this digital way.
Right.
Now, I'll give you an example. I have a lot of friends whom I have kind of connected, kind of the relationship became active through LinkedIn, but I have made it a point, or they have made it a point to actually meet me number of times.
Right.
And what you get to know by meeting these people is very valuable, very significant. You actually come to know the brass tacks of the business in that country, which sometimes a consultant or whoever you appoint or whatever online information you are getting, that is all useful, but this is very vital, I would say.
Interesting.
And the other thing is that you should go with a very absolute clarity that what can work and why you want to be there in that country.
Right.
Lot many times we have our own fixations. He mentioned about this, coming companies trying to come in India to kind of do business, or from there they should have a partner. This is exactly what I saw with the German incubator and with the Israeli companies. They wanted an Indian partner to kind of help them navigate through the challenges over here, because when you are here and you are based out of here, you have an understanding of the market.
Right.
But what is very, very vital, that you should have the mechanism to build that connection and that rapport with that partner of yours.
Right.
So you should have a very defined roadmap on that what is expected and how will you go about that. Without doing your homework, sometimes things does not work, and then when you fail once, you become kind of shy, and there are other complexities that develops.
Interesting. Great perspective, Anirban.
Thank you.
Thank you. And on a concluding note, Hans, and to Anirban, if you had to distill your life's work into a single principle of business acceleration through people, what would that be? Each of you, I just need a one-line answer on that bit.
Yes, just keep on walking. If you fall down, get up and make your clothing tidy again. And go ahead and walk and walk and walk and collect new experiences and learn from them. So it means you never fail. Fail is always, as I learned, a first attempt in learning. And it's win or learn, or win and learn, which makes you bigger, better, and successful in the end.
Perfect. Thank you, Hans. Anirban.
I think discipline is a very important factor, and you have to be persistent.
Right. True.
Sports has taught me something. I used to be part of the National Cadet Corps because my dad was in the Air Force. I trained myself in the Air Wing.
Right.
And what I learned is, never get too fixated with this. What is success? What is failure and all? You keep doing, and success will come to some extent. Let's not get too fixated with comparing ourselves with someone else, because no two situation is the same. You have to become better than what you were yesterday. That's very important. If that's not happening, then there is a problem. But otherwise, it's a process of evolution. And I think he also mentioned, and I also feel I'm still learning. The very fact that I'm doing my PhD and other things,
Right.
Is because you have to constantly upgrade. It's like a software.
True. Very true. Well, thank you, Anirban.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Hans. Great piece of conversation, great perspectives, global perspectives to you as well. Thank you once again.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks a lot for inviting me and having me.
Absolutely. The pleasure is ours.
Mhm.